Well, here we are. Hey, what's up, YouTube? I hope everybody out there is doing fine. Keep your head up. A lot of things have just changed, okay? I'm your host, Frantz. Welcome back to the Ambassador. We're going to jump into it. We're just going to go ahead and jump into it, Saints. Well, as you can see, the Supreme Court has just struck down Roe versus Wade, the abortion precedent. Well, let's just be honest about it, A lot of people are going to be mad about this because they feel like it's an infringement. But what they got to understand is, it's just giving states back their rights because 50 years ago, the feds overstepped their boundaries when they even created the law, So now what's happening is they're just giving it back to the states. They're just righting the wrong. And this step did not ban abortion, okay? A lot of people are thinking that or saying that, but it did not ban abortion. It just means that you're going to have to probably travel somewhere, some of y'all, to go get your abortions if you still want to go get them. Certain states are not going to allow them, and that just means that in the long term, that means you're going to have, ladies, you're going to have to be more responsible about your, about just having casual sex. And you guys too, because you know what? What's going to happen is, see, the state money is drying up. Federal money is drying up. So, basically, they're going to start making y'all be responsible, the men and the women, for producing all these kids, okay? So, it's just a time now to look at yourself and determine if you're able to afford to have kids, and if you're still going to have casual sex, just get on some type of contraception. I understand there's a lot of different type of contraceptions for women, and the guys, hey, there's a few for you yourselves. So you just got to be more responsible now, okay? So the states have their rights back. That means that you guys have to, like I said earlier in this conversation, you're going to have to be more responsible and accountable for the casual decisions you make with random people or the person you're with. Y'all got to start protecting yourself. And believe me, and you really do, because it's going to come down to financial burdens on the woman and the man in the future, because the country is already $30 trillion in debt, and they're not going to be able to afford to continue to give money to the poor, especially when the rich are so greedy. They don't want to give you nothing. So, and that's not just the Republicans, as many Democratic poor people would say, but guess what? It's the Democrats and the Republicans. The Republicans kind of want you to pull yourself up, even though they've had a nice leg up. And the same thing with the Democrats, but the Democrats want to just give you stuff to get the country more in debt. You know what I mean? Because the debt goes on to the taxpayers, not to them. They're not paying the taxes. You are. So that's why you have to realize that the laws are changing. So I personally am cool with the law changing to that point, because I'm a child of God. I don't believe in abortion. You know, um, as I understand that is the sixth commandment. It says thou shalt not kill, but it really means thou shalt not murder, because people kill things for various reasons, like animals and stuff. Killing sometimes is a part of life, but murder is a sin. I'm just giving you the facts. So Roe versus Wade is struck down, you know, and that's just the first step, because the country has been taken to the far extreme left so much that now you're going to see a buildup of people speaking up against the extreme left. And that's because what you're going to see is a transition in the future from the extreme left to the extreme right. And they're going to use the Bible to almost turn this country that will be under the United Nations, or a body of people who kind of run the whole world, and they're going to turn this place into a place where let me think. I lost a little train of thought for a second, but they're going to turn this place into almost like a theocracy, some type of place that's run strictly by males, and it's going to be run based off of some biblical principle that's distorted to the extreme. Like the left is extreme now. But that's all part of prophecy, because they have to splinter and divide and tear this nation up from within. So when they do come in to finish off America, it won't be able to rebuild itself, because it was torn from the inside out and not from somebody invading. You know what I mean? So Roe versus Wade is just one of the first steps, but it's a good thing, because the babies don't need to suffer, because you wonderful folks out there want to have casual sex. Nobody's telling you not to have casual sex, but we are saying you can have your casual sex, but you don't have to create life. You can prevent it with birth control, okay? Straight up. So it doesn't infringe upon your right to have casual sex for the pleasure of intercourse, and then it doesn't infringe upon the rights of new life. You know what I mean? So it's a good thing. Saints, don't trip about it. The world, y'all, come on, be fair. I mean, I know many of y'all are selfish, self-centered, and narcissistic, and only think about yourself. But just imagine if your parents would have just sliced and diced you, you wouldn't be here. That's why it makes me laugh when I listen to these people who say they hate men. Well, without men, you wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird one. But anyway, I love y'all. Keep your head up, and don't let this stuff knock you down, because it's all part of prophecy. And remember, as children of God, we are in this world, but we're not of it. But we do feel for a lot of things, but we always align ourselves with righteousness, when it comes more righteousness when it comes to the world, because remember, it is our responsibilities as people who serve the kingdom to pray for our leaders, to make sure that the world is not voting in just some of the most vulgar people in the world. I mean, we know it's going to go down, but we do, as children of God and people who are in this world, we do bear a responsibility to make sure that we don't get the most evil rulers elected over us. We have to participate. We're in it, but we're not of it. We have to participate in these things in the world to make sure we don't get the worst of the worst. But at the same time, we don't attach these things to our heart because our heart belongs to the kingdom of third heaven. All right? I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.